Take 7. Hello world, coming to you from the other side of the looking glass. My name's Russell Ziegler, and this is my very first vlog, like first ever. I had been thinking of doing this for some time, but to be perfectly open, a bit scared and nervous. Why? Well, because doing anything new and different is hard, and trying something that's public exposes you a lot more than to trying something new behind closed doors. Because if you fail in those situations, no one knows but yourself. But in this particular case, if you fail, it's very open and public. That being said, I realized that after talking with my friends and family about some of the stuff I want to do, they all said, "Oh, show pictures, share videos of what you're doing." And I said, all right, well, this seems like the best medium. What is it that I'm doing? I plan on doing a van build. This added to my apprehension because there are so many awesome van builds out there. And I kept thinking, wow, they do it so well, and they're showing this and that. And again, realizing that my apprehension was coming because I was trying to figure out how I could be as good as them versus just focusing on the fact that I'm a different person. I have different motivations for doing this, and I'll come at this from a different angle and can share, hopefully, something with people that want to watch. So a little bit more about myself is that a few years ago, and let me just stop for a second and say that this particular or first entry of my vlog, it is probably a little bit more boring. It'll be more discussion. I'm not really going to show anything. I felt like it was a good opportunity to let you know who I am and my background a little bit, and some of my plans and goals with that. So maybe 5 years ago, I made a decision to change what I was doing. At the time, I had a great job, but my job was a lot of hours, at minimum 60 hours a week, but that was on the low end. Typically I would work more. No complaints, thoroughly enjoyed what I did. But I decided at that time, I had the opportunity to say, I'm going to take a pause and shift my career. I want to jump to something that isn't increasing on that treadmill, but actually sort of taking a sidestep to it or turning down the notch. And the reason was, very bluntly, my kids were growing up. They had a daughter that was a junior at the time, and I have another son. She was moving in to be a senior, and then I had a son that was becoming a freshman in high school, and then another younger one. So I have 3 kids, and I'm married as well. So I wanted to spend more time with them. I knew that in a handful of years that my kids would have graduated from high school and then be off doing their life, making their own life, whether that's college or other things. And I foresaw the future, looking back, saying, I wish I had spent more time with them, and I didn't want that to occur. So I also enjoy cooking for my family and friends, and wanted to spend a little more time on that. And I really, really enjoy biking, both road biking and mountain biking, which is time consuming when I go, and I didn't want the guilt, my own induced guilt for doing that activity if it were going to take away from my family. Case in point, a few years before I made this decision, I actually went and trained for a 7-day mountain bike race in Canada. That's where the race was. That's not where I trained. It took a lot of time away from the family. My work wasn't changing, but my family was very supportive, but I saw a lot less of them during that training period because of the amount of energy I needed to spend. And I just, wanted to be able to continue riding, but not detracting from the family. Anyways, so my point here is that shift has been continuing to evolve, and I'm getting to a point now where I would like to do some projects that will help me celebrate the things I love most, which as the kids grow up, they're going to be moving out. And so I'm going to be focusing on the outdoors and the writing and experiencing, connecting with people and cooking and a number of other things. And I thought a van build, or actually a van, is a great tool for me to be able to do some of these things with. So my vlog is going to be, or was originally going to be, about this van build initially, and then some of the adventures I go on and excursions I do that are around some of my passions. And I thought, well, this could be interesting for people if they want to see, and worst case, it will just be a good account for me to go back and look at some of these things that I get to do and experience with people. So, with that, I guess I will just mention one other thing. While I was going to do the van build as my first set of vlogs, that has been put on pause because I'm getting a Mercedes Sprinter van. I actually placed an order for it maybe 8 months ago, and the Mercedes is having a lot of trouble building things at this point in their new plant on the East Coast. And I can't even get confirmation of when I'm going to get it at this point. So instead of getting frustrated and angry with the whole process because I don't have any control there, I decided to, in the famous words of Ross, to pivot. And some friends suggested that I buy a used truck and do some small build-up of that, or build out of that, to get it ready for off-roading. Because there are 2 trips coming up for me with them this year, with those friends, that they said you just don't want to miss. You want to experience this. And so I thought, worst case, I will sell this at the end of the year once I have my Sprinter van. But I may end up deciding to just keep the truck because my youngest is getting very close to driving, and this would be a safe vehicle for him after I get done doing the things that I want to do to it. So with that, I think I'll sign off for this particular one before it gets too long in the tooth. And I look forward to sharing my experiences with you, and hopefully it's entertaining and educational. Hopefully I'm able over time to show you some sights and perspectives that are unique. I tend to be a very positive individual. I should also say that I am creating this under a brand, and it's really a brand for me to help echo who I am, which is happiness perfected. That brand is not meant to say to anybody, this is what you need to be happy. It's more to say, these are the things that help make me happy. And over time, maybe I can share a expanded set of tools or topics that people can take from it what they want and use to help improve their life and make them happier. I don't know how that's going to go. Again, it's a matter of just jumping in with both feet and seeing where the trip takes you. I hope, again, you enjoy this, and if you have any constructive criticism or positive comments, I'd love to hear them. I enjoy learning, and this is going to be a massive learning process for me. So with that, I'll say goodbye, and thanks for watching.